J. Gomes and Kool Keith here, DJ Kool Keith. Some may know or may not know that you're father and son. So we could get right into it. Let's see. When did you start writing?
You know, putting music together, been doing it for a long time, whether, you know, serious or not. You know, I done rapped about Apple Jacks. You know what I'm saying? So it was just always, because he's always played music in the house.
But the funny thing, don't nobody really know. They know him as a rapper, but he started off as a DJ. He had turntables everything.
Yeah.
That's what people don't realize. You know, he followed as a DJ.
And you learned that not too long ago. Like, yeah, I started as a DJ, but it's always been music around me. I've always had music around me. So when people say you're musically inclined, I've been musically inclined because music's been around my life along. My mom has a rap. My mom, she's a minister now. My mom has a rap. So I've always been between him DJing and, you know, my mom and being around music. My cousins or my uncles or whoever's been music, I've always been music. So I've been writing rhymes for a long time. I'm 33. I'll say I've been writing rhymes since I was, let's say, 12, 13 years old. I don't have a legit age.
So Kool Keith, when did you get into DJing?
Now you're trying to get to my real age, I see, huh? I started DJing when I was 8 years old.
Yeah?
Yeah, so I got like 42 years in the game.
Wow. What was your first turntables?
My first turntable was by Fisher Price.
Yeah?
Fisher Price. I broke the arm off and I dragged it along. I got that when I was like 3 years old. My mom's a pocket bought it for me. I got it on Christmas. By New Year's, it was a wrap. I was taking the arm, dragging it across the room.
How did you get your first set of techniques?
My first set of techniques, okay. My first set of techniques actually was BSR. They were BSR.
Yeah.
There used to be consumer distributors up there on Chase Avenue in Target parking lot. A lot of y'all probably don't remember that. But I got one when I graduated. I got a realistic mixer from Radio Shack. My mom bought that, and my sister Brenda, God bless the day, she bought my other turntable as soon as I had two like that. So I had those around 8th grade. By the time I was in 9th grade, I got my first set of Technique SLB 100s. They were all right. By the time I was grade going into 10th grade, I had a set of Technique 1200s.
What are some of your musical influences?
Kid Capri, Grandmaster Flash, Grand Wizard Theodore, DJ Kool Herc, Dr. Rock, rest in peace, Wiz Kid, Funk Master Flex, just to name a few. You know.
Okay. What about you?
Rap wise?
Yeah.
Or DJ wise?
Well,
rap wise?
music.
Music wise? My first influence, I wanted to say, is him. Because music was played in the house. So when we go to rhyme wise, Mace, the slick talk, you know, I don't have to be a grimy person, rap. Method Man, you know, Method Man was at one point my favorite rapper. You know what I mean? He was my favorite rapper. And then Jay-Z, Raekwon, those guys. I can't say I legit have a top 5 because I don't have a top 5. I have, you know, a bunch of rappers I like, but those were my influences. You know, you start with Mace, Method Man, Jay-Z, like those were my guys because, you know, Mace gave me the leeway to talk cool. You know what I mean? Then, you know, as I got older and, you know, I stepped off the porch and Method Man gave me the leeway to talk street. When you come off the porch, you do certain things, you know what I mean? And so then when I came off the porch and I did certain things, Jay-Z gave me that leeway to talk what was going on in my life. That was it. Like, so we're gonna do top 3. I have a top 3, and those were the guys. You know what I mean? And now that I say it, you probably see it because those, you know what I mean. Those were my guys. Like, you know, Mace, Method Man, Jay-Z. But music, I was introduced to it, him, my older cousins, my you know, my uncles who played music around me. It was always music in my house. there was never not music in my house. Like there was a time where there was turntables set in my living room. You know what I'm saying? I had turntables set in my living room, and I probably got in trouble for touching it. But I remember when the first time I was left with the turntables. So those are my influences. So I'm gonna go, him as just him being a DJ. You know what I mean? And then artist wise was, those three.
Okay. Keith, when did you find out that he could rap?
I was about 1 or 2 years old. He sitting there watching Hot Tracks one day. I don't know if y'all remember Hot Tracks on MTV. And he was sitting there marking what they were doing. From there it was a rap right from there. First rap song I ever heard him make was this song called "Making Love to Your Hands." That's when I knew he was nice. That's when I knew he was nice.
Okay. Well, now I'm gonna go a little further into something real quick. So, for the purposes of the video, people probably don't know also that I've been recording Gomes for at least over 10 years, probably. And what kind of brought the whole idea of doing this up or together was an idea where, or a line in a song that he said, and I think the song is called Pain. And the line, I can't quote it because I'm gonna have him quote it. So could you say the line in the song? And then we're gonna talk about that.
Another line you're talking about, I don't know the line before it, but the line you're talking about is, by the way, my pops locked with me. That line is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know what you stand for, but don't lose it, fam. Don't lose it, fam. By the way, my pops locked with me. Shit. How the fuck did we get here? But we got closer, somehow we physically fit there. I understand more just from watching them sit there. When I was facing 30, I didn't think I would get here. Then I turned 30 in there. Then they placed me back on the streets. They got me feeling like Khalif. Paranoia, hear that noise, they coming for you.
And to explain what that line is basically about is
about what I went through in life. It's what I went through in life, and I was talking of what was going on at the time. And by the way, my pops is locked with me. You know what I'm saying? So that, first of all, I'm not gonna glorify that. That's something that no son should have to see his father in, and no father should have to see his son in. So that's not a glorification of it. You know what I'm saying? So you take the glorification of it out. That's real life. You know what I mean? It was time to talk. Me and him just talked on the way in. I told my man is coming out here on Saturday. So he knows him, from being locked up. This is, this was a meeting place. He knows him from being locked up. So he hasn't seen him since then.
I seen Blaze one time. I know me and him talked a couple times on the phone.
Yeah, talked, but we haven't interacted and chilled. So he's coming out here. I'm getting him in a couple of days. So I've seen him. We've chilled. We, whatever.
Cool, humble dude too.
Humble dude.
Cool, humble.
So one day Blaze was like, "This your first time being locked up with your pops?" And my response, it wasn't a yes or a no. It's my pop's first time being locked up. He said, "Word? Man, I thought way your pops walk around here like I thought I thought he'd been doing bids, but he wasn't. You know what I mean? I've done a bid before. He hasn't." So I laughed. So, but from him saying that, so what? I used to sit there and look, and I just watch. So, because I was on a bunk right here, he was on a bunk right here.
It was a bunk in between us. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm sleeping here 160. There's a bunk. He right there, like 170. So right there.
170. He 160. I'm 170. So go. You know what I mean? I'm right here.
I could literally look back. He there. He looked forward.
So I used to look, and I had this conversation with my sister too one day, a couple months ago. So I'm like, he was in there chilling. Like he was in there chilling. Like she was like, "What you mean he was in there chilling?" Like he was in the Y. Like, you know what? It didn't. It humbled him, but it didn't affect him to where it changed him. You know what I mean? So, by the way, my pops locked with me. I learned more from watching him sit there. You know what I mean? So you know, whatever, as a youth, I was mad at my pops about, or I got to see this is him, because right here we're stripped down. We stripped down right here. We don't have nothing. We don't have $1 in our pocket. We don't have a name brand sneaker, a t-shirt, a name brand watch, or, you know, nothing.
But we did have 2 lockers full of food. Several other lockers in the area full of food.
That's it. That's all we had. So we had a thing in jail. You know, in jail we was that guy, those guys. But that didn't matter, because all I know is, you know, if I was mad at my pops at 13 for something, at 30 I see, you know what, this is him. And then to the point where I done did my bids. So it's like, the motherfucker coming to ask me, can I get a this? Can I get a that? No. Motherfucker, no. But my pops are always like, yo, you got this for this dude? And it's in his nature to say, you know, to help. Where I didn't get, you know what I mean? So at a certain time in my life, it was, why he doing this? But now it's like, why he doing this? But he's doing this. You know what I mean? So you learn more. You know what I mean? So, because you're in a situation where you have nothing. You have nothing. You like, I turned 30 in jail. I have a 24, and it's even worse for him because he's older than me. So I have a 24, 23-year-old telling me what I gotta do. And the only reason why I'm lying with him to tell me what I gotta do is because I'm trying to get home to my daughter. You know what I'm saying? So it comes to a point where it's like, you know what? This is what we gotta deal with. But you realize about people, because now we're stripped down. There's no cars, there's no jewelry, there's no name brand this, there's no drink, there's no smoke, there's no nothing. It's just you in the same outfit I got at the same time I got.
Don't listen to this nigga. This nigga walk around up there with foam posits. I mean, not the ones like everybody else got. He got some foam posits up there, right? It was crazy, man.
So who was in first?
He was.
I was in first.
So,
and I actually talked to him because he said, I'm not taking that time. Would you? I actually talked to him and said, before I wasn't, but knowing what I know now, take it. And that was one of the hardest things for me to do, to tell him, surrender. Because there's a point in time I wouldn't surrender. I'm not going to surrender for what? Like, come get me. You know what I'm saying? Come get me.
So I would have did that time, but at the same time, it wasn't where he was somewhere else, not somewhere else. So it wasn't where we can get whatever he was sending to my daughter, whatever my daughter would tell me, my daughter Johnny, or even Najee. So basically, when they took me from New Haven, I'm up there now in Carl Robinson. So I'm up there, 5 doing. I get the first time now, my cosmetics didn't find me nowhere. So I ain't have asking nobody to get a toothbrush. I don't ask nobody for nothing. So it came to that point where my man, Kool from Hartford, he looked out here, some soap or that, nothing. He knew my situation. All right, I go down to operations. They still didn't have my comments. I had just one of the first comments there. I had nothing. Try going to jail, man. 2 pair of boxers, 1 washcloth, and using their deodorant. I'm usually having the deodorant with scent that can last you go 3 or 4 days if you don't, if you're on your road or somewhere, and you're not near a bathroom for deodorant, you ain't gonna be stinky. This deodorant might last you about an hour. I ain't having to use stuff like that, you know what I mean? So it just came to the thing where you just gotta do what you gotta do. Try to make the best of it. What you're gonna do is make your situation worse.
Okay, well, DJ Stux had, he kind of threw a question out there, and of course it's somewhat related to what we're talking about right now. And he was asking whether or not you got closer from being in that situation, or did you get pushed further apart because of that situation?
Closer.
Yeah, I must say absolutely closer. Like I said, when you become an adult, you understand more. But not that I get the chance to understand more. I got to see my father in the aspect. I got to see my mother and the father in 2 aspects that no people should have to see them. I have to get to see my father in the aspect to where I was in, to where we have nothing. And I got to see my mother in the aspect to where she wants me back. You know what I mean? That's hard. Like, most people don't get to see that. Now, I gotta say most people, because there's a lot of people locked up. As far as me and my pops, it's like I said, me being 13, 14, 15, it's like, under my breath, nigga, what? You know what I mean? But as an adult, it's like, you know what? This is, you know, because you get to see in a different light. So it's like, I look at it in a certain light before jail because it's like, why are you doing this? But then in jail, it's like, why are you doing this? And it's like, you know what? That's who he is. Like, we had lockers full, but he would take the thing out his locker that most people want to give to another person.
Mm-hmm. Have you two ever performed together?
Nah,
No,
we haven't.
we gotta perform that like I'm Keith now.
He's actually co-produced something that I recorded.
But not actually perform. So what we're gonna end up trying to do at some point, or what we're gonna try to do today, is make that happen.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna do.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Balls of the slick talk. Yep. No mash, just the big hammer. I'm a gorgeous goon with some slick grammar. 1,000 nights on that cold corner. I slide in bed late and gobble up a whole oyster. Can't beat us and they won't join us. Get your credit right, the marble out the hole for ya. I start the microwave and cook the grams up. You see them niggas sitting down, they couldn't stand us. I go bananas, ape shit. Facelift, I smell pussy in the air, I wanna taste it. I'm preparing in the basement. I break shit, hockey mask like Jason, face it. I whip the cocaine like cake mix and watch the grams come back like a day trip. No gravity, I'm floating in a spaceship. I'm out here showing my teeth on some babe shit. I go RS5 out of that A6. You wish you had a life like mine so you could take flicks. I can picture no hitter throwing the same pitch. Brand new car in my same watch. You niggas know what time it is, so you hate this. We talking bars or we talking bars? I walk up close and start talking far. I'm out of reach like when you talk to God. I get you little niggas touched like Father Paul. We talking bars or we talking bars? Nigga, I'm talking houses, I'm talking cars. This triple platinum sour came out the jar. I feel better than a nigga getting out the mall. A lobster dinner and some new coochie. Plug name Ricky, what it do, Lucy? I'm all the way street, but I could do bougie. Gum bottom wallies, I don't do coochie. I need a bad bitch, I don't do goofies. She gotta have a little class, I don't do floozies. I'm out here mad happy like I'm too moody.